The corridors of power in Washington, D.C. are buzzing. At the heart of the storm is none other than Pete Hegseth, the current Secretary of Defense. Once a familiar face on Fox News, Hegseth now finds himself embroiled in a controversy that threatens to derail his tenure and cast a long shadow over the current administration. His transgression? Using the encrypted messaging app Signal to share sensitive military information. This isn't just about a casual text message gone astray. The revelations, first reported by the New York Times, paint a picture of reckless disregard for protocol and a blatant disregard for the sanctity of classified information. Hegseth stands accused of establishing not one, but two unauthorized signal groups, where he shared highly sensitive details about a recent U.S. airstrike in Yemen. The implications of these revelations are profound. They raise serious questions about Hegseth's judgment, his fitness for office, and the vulnerability of national security under his watch. The scandal has sent shockwaves through the political establishment, with Democrats demanding his immediate resignation and even some Republicans expressing deep concern. As the scandal unfolds, the nation waits with bated breath. The outcome of this saga could have far-reaching consequences, impacting everything from military operations to the delicate balance of power on Capitol Hill. One thing is certain, the trust, so crucial to the functioning of government, has been shaken to its core. The road to repair will be long and arduous. The content of Hegseth's Signal chats, as reported by the New York Times, is deeply troubling. It wasn't just idle chatter about policy or strategy. Instead, the messages revealed operational details of a U.S. airstrike in Yemen, including information about flight schedules for FA-18 Hornets. This kind of information, according to multiple sources, is highly classified, and its disclosure could put the lives of American pilots at risk. What makes this even more egregious is the casual, almost flippant tone of the exchanges. It suggests a disturbing lack of awareness about the sensitive nature of the information being shared. Adding fuel to the fire is the revelation that Hegseth's wife, Jennifer, a former Fox News producer, and his brother Phil, a senior advisor at the Department of Homeland Security, were part of these chats. Neither Jennifer nor Phil hold security clearances that would grant them access to such sensitive information. Their inclusion in the group raises serious concerns about nepotism, potential conflicts of interest, and a blatant disregard for the most basic security protocols. It paints a picture of an inner circle operating with a sense of impunity, believing themselves to be above the rules that govern others in their positions. The casual inclusion of family members in discussions involving national security secrets is a shocking breach of protocol. It speaks volumes about Hegseth's judgment and raises alarming questions about the potential for undue influence and the compromise of classified information. The fact that this occurred not once but twice with two separate signal groups only amplifies the gravity of the situation. The disclosure of classified information, especially details regarding military operations, can have devastating consequences that extend far beyond the immediate situation. It's not just about jeopardizing a single mission or exposing the identities of covert operatives. The damage runs much deeper. When sensitive information falls into the wrong hands, it can be used to anticipate and counter future U.S. actions. Adversaries can analyze the leaked data to decipher American tactics, understand decision-making processes, and identify vulnerabilities within our intelligence-gathering apparatus. Moreover, such breaches erode the trust that is essential for international cooperation. Allies may be hesitant to share intelligence with the U.S., fearing that their own secrets could be compromised. This loss of trust can hinder joint operations and weaken the collective defense against shared threats. The ramifications of Hegseth's actions are not limited to the operational sphere. They strike at the heart of America's credibility on the world stage. The perception of recklessness and disregard for security protocols can embolden adversaries, making them more likely to test American resolve and challenge its interests. Rebuilding trust and restoring America's standing as a reliable partner will require a concerted effort and a commitment to transparency and accountability. The White House, as expected, has sprung to Hegseth's defense, but their response has done little to quell the growing outrage. Deputy Press Secretary Anna Kelly dismissed the reports as a non-story, suggesting that no classified information was actually shared. She went on to accuse disgruntled former Pentagon employees of leaking fabricated information to discredit the administration. This attempt to deflect blame and discredit the media is a familiar tactic for this administration. However, the gravity of the accusations and the potential national security implications make it difficult to simply brush aside these concerns. The White House's refusal to acknowledge the seriousness of the situation only serves to erode public trust and raises further questions about what they are trying to hide. The lack of a transparent and accountable response from the White House is deeply concerning. Instead of addressing the substance of the allegations and offering a full and transparent accounting of what transpired, they have resorted to familiar tactics of denial and deflection. This only serves to fuel suspicions and deepen the sense of unease surrounding the entire affair. Section 5. Capitol Hill reacts. Calls for accountability grow louder. Unsurprisingly, the reaction on Capitol Hill has been swift and divided along partisan lines. Democrats have been united in their condemnation, with Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer calling for Hegseth's immediate dismissal. He accused the Defense Secretary of gross negligence and called for a full and independent investigation into the matter. Republicans, while more measured in their response, haven't offered unqualified support for Hegseth either. Several prominent GOP senators have expressed serious concerns about his judgment and called for a thorough investigation to determine the extent of the damage. Senator Jack Reed, the ranking Democrat on the Senate Armed Services Committee, echoed these sentiments and urged the DoD's Inspector General to conduct a comprehensive inquiry. The scandal has further inflamed partisan tensions in an already polarized political landscape. While Democrats see this as a clear-cut case of negligence and a threat to national security, Republicans are caught in a difficult position. They are under pressure to defend a member of their own party, yet they also recognize the seriousness of the allegations and the potential political fallout if they are seen as obstructing justice. As the leak investigations intensify, several aides have decided to step down from their positions. The pressure and scrutiny have become too much to bear for some. Their departures raise even more questions about the integrity of the communication channels used. Commercial apps, while convenient, lack the stringent security measures required for classified communication. These platforms are vulnerable to hacking, data breaches, and unauthorized access. Using them for sensitive information is a risk that simply cannot be justified. The stakes are incredibly high. National security is not just a buzzword, it's the very foundation of our safety and sovereignty. Any lapse in secure communication can have far-reaching and potentially disastrous consequences. It's a tightrope walk, balancing the need for efficiency with the imperative of security. All eyes are now on the Inspector General. The verdict will be pivotal, determining the future course of action and possibly the fate of several key figures. Until then, the atmosphere remains tense, and the nation waits with bated breath.